Hey gang, I had a request to make a video regarding charts and graphs. So people are busy working on charts and graphs today. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to use one of our folks that doesn't mind us looking at her data because we've looked at it quite a bit this semester. So we're going to look at the data regarding the relationship distance and relationship satisfaction. So, for instance, in this particular survey, we have some data that we were looking at. We were comparing means, and so if you have a t-test, so let's go ahead and pull this up and look at some of the data that we've compiled. So we had a t-test here where we looked at a couple of questions. So CSQ25 talked about whether you were satisfied with your relationship or not. So we had 54 yeses, 8 nos in this sample. And then we also looked at the CSQ23 was the number of ways that people communicate with each other. In other words, the number of, like, if you chatted, if you Skyped, if you sent Snapchat messages, social media, Facebook, video chat. I mean, it's basically compiling the number of methods that you use to communicate with your partner. And so, again, it's looking at people who are satisfied. 54 yes, we're satisfied. 8 we're not. Okay, so let's make a chart for that. So we go to graphs, we go to chart builder, and it's pretty simple. And hopefully this will make sense when people are doing and running their statistics. And hopefully your computer works a little faster than mine, because mine, you can tell, is running really slowly today because we're just getting a little circle. So hopefully you can bear with me while I wait for the chart builder to populate here. Okay, so not gonna have, oh, I was just about to give up on it. Just about to give up on it. I'm really trying to make this quick for you all, so I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. So in other words, what we're going to have on here, let's go ahead and reset if you already had something in the chart. So we're going to go ahead and we had the CSQ total. Well, first of all, we need to figure out what we're going to do. So if you have a t-test, it's usually best to use a bar chart because it's comparing means. So you'll be able to tell the mean score on these things. So for instance, we're going to look at the CSQ23 total. So that's the number of methods that people are employing. And so if you want the mean for that score and it's a scale, normally a scale would go right here. So your ruler goes here on the left, and it's going to populate something vertically for you with your bars. Now, as far as down here on the x-axis, CSQ25 was the question that measured whether or not somebody was actually satisfied. All right, so you have some NA answers, yes and no. So then this will give us what those people average score on the total number of things that they use to communicate. So if we click OK and we wait here on our data screen, it should build our chart for us. And come on, come on, come on. Still waiting. Frustrating. Burning up time. There it comes. All right, so you can see that a lot of people put NA, and they didn't use very many techniques. They didn't. Maybe they just texted each other. But the thing is, the people that put NA, there weren't very many of them either. So probably going to just throw them out because there may be something if they don't want to fill out the main question on the survey, which is, are you satisfied with your relationship? They probably skipped some other things. So then on question yes and no. So yeses, the people who answered yes on that, they averaged a little over 3 methods of communication. So they might Snapchat, they might Skype, and they might text message. The people who were not satisfied with a relationship, which there weren't very many, there were only 8. But still, those folks averaged a little bit less, averaged a fewer numbers of communication methods. Theirs is about 2.7 or so, 2.63. So maybe they used Snapchat and text message. So there's not very much difference there. And this is how you would represent a t-test or a t-score. Even if you ran ANOVA, this would be a good table to use. So what you can do then from here is just copy this and paste it into your actual poster or your paper. Okay, so let's do one more. Let's do it a bar graph. And so what we're going to do with this bar, or this, not a bar graph, we're going to look at a pie chart. So let's make a pie chart to just look at what kind of gender breakdown she has. Okay, so in this particular study, she had a few more females than males. But if you look up a pie chart and first of all, let's reset this, and you drag your pie chart into the box here, it should eventually populate a pie chart. So you can see it looks like it's thinking because there's not much going on when I move the cursor around. So hopefully, eventually, it'll populate this pie. There it goes. There's the pie chart. Okay. So then you'll just put gender down here, and you don't have to do much with it. Just slice by gender, and boom. Let's just create that really quick chart, really easy visually on the eyes, so people can go by. And if you want to do something like that, this is a really good way to just get a quick visual on. And I usually do this with participants, something where you're considering like a whole number of something. So pie chart count of gender. So you can see about 60% males, or excuse me, 60% females, 40% males. Again, all you do is copy and paste that into your paper. Or actually, I don't need this in your paper. I would put this on a poster if I needed to. So this hopefully has helped you. I'm sorry it took so long, kind of waited on the program there. So email me always if you have questions. See ya.